Close your eyes and imagine New York City, but not the one you know. No skyscrapers, no bright lights, just mud-filled streets, dark alleys, and a place so feared that even the police avoided it. This was 5 Points, once called the most dangerous neighborhood in America. In the early 1800s, 5 Points sat right where modern Chinatown and Little Italy exist today. It was built on top of a filled-in swamp, which meant the ground never fully dried. Houses slowly sank, basements flooded. Disease spread fast, but rent was cheap, so the poorest of the poor had no choice but to live here. This is something most people don't know. 5 Points was one of the first places in America where different cultures were forced to live side by side. Irish immigrants escaping famine lived next to free Black Americans, former slaves, and newly arrived Europeans. In a time of extreme racism, this neighborhood became an uncomfortable experiment in integration. But survival came at a price. Gangs ruled the streets. The Dead Rabbits, the Bowery Boys, and other groups fought brutally over territory. Riots weren't rare. They were expected. Knives, clubs, and fists were everyday weapons. During elections, gangs were paid to intimidate voters. Democracy here was bought with blood. One building became infamous above all others: the Old Brewery. It was said over 1,000 people lived inside this single collapsing structure. Families, criminals, prostitutes, abandoned children, all stacked on top of each other in darkness. Even sunlight struggled to enter. Some visitors claimed the smell alone could make you sick. Yet, here's the part history often forgets. 5 Points wasn't only violence, it was survival. It was culture being born under pressure. This neighborhood gave rise to American tap dance, created by Black and Irish dancers copying and challenging each other on the streets. It shaped slang, music, and street culture that later spread across the country. Even Abraham Lincoln walked through 5 Points in 1860. Instead of running away, he visited schools and spoke to residents. He saw not monsters, but people trapped by poverty. Eventually, reformers tore the neighborhood down. Streets were redesigned. Parks were built. 5 Points slowly disappeared from maps, but not from history. Today, tourists walk these streets unaware they're standing where America's rawest struggle for survival, identity, and coexistence once exploded into chaos. 5 Points was ugly. It was violent, but it was also honest. And without it, the story of New York and America would be incomplete.